Very much so. We like to describe ourselves as the Tom's shoes for food. Find a lot of people know about Tom, so they can make that interaction and that judgment right away. Like, oh, okay, 1 for 1, that makes sense. And it's the exact same thing. So essentially how Mealshare works is we partner with amazing restaurants and we put our little Mealshare logo beside a few menu items. Now, if a customer comes in and orders one of these Mealshare branded menu items, they'd be getting their meal just like normal, but they're also providing another meal to someone in need. So buy one, give one. Very, very simple. No extra cost, no extra action needed. We're trying to make giving as easy as possible.
This week on Vancouver Real, we are joined by the Vice President of Mealshare, social entrepreneur Derek Juno.
For the longest time, we have been very, very excited about moving into new cities and finding organizations that are very solution-based with their impact. So I think the outside perception of Mealshare is, oh yeah, those guys are great, they give meals. That's awesome. And we do that, but we would like to think we do so much more. We're really trying to use meals as the catalyst for change. So we'd never go to a charity partner that is just providing meals and support them. We are very much looking for strategic partnerships with organizations that are thinking big. We have these kids, so many kids. In Vancouver, it's estimated that there is about just over 2,000 hungry, food insecure kids in such a wealthy neighborhood. So when parents are in bad situations like being, for example, prostitutes or drug dealers, they still have kids, they still have families, and unfortunately, they're not always able to be there for them. And so these kids need a place to go. So that's why we're really excited to be supporting KidSafe, because it's this amazing program that's having a big impact on these kids' lives. And like going back to generational poverty, like the people you see on the streets now, their parents are on the streets, their grandparents are on the streets. This is a cycle of poverty, and that's, when you're thinking about impact, that's what you have to think about. You have to think about long term and figure out how can we break this cycle? How can we change this?
Yeah.
We think that it's super, super important to be able to compensate individuals who are very, very skilled to be doing very, very impactful work. Because if you think about the 3 models of commerce, the 3 ways that you can do business. We have for-profit entities, we have nonprofit entities, and we have charities. These are the 3. And it's so interesting because typical society is if you're doing something good, you're going to be a charity or a nonprofit. But if you look at the business model and the way that these 2 organizations, charities and nonprofits, can grow, they are handicapped in a lot of different ways. So doesn't it make the most sense that we should be rewarding financially, or whatever reward you want, rewarding those who are having the biggest impact the most? But it is an amazingly rewarding experience every time you do volunteer. I always say this, which is whenever you volunteer, you get a lot more than you give.
Totally.
And I think that's something that people are always talking about, oh, I'm a lifetime learner. I'm always learning, I'm always progressing. I think the best thing you can be is a lifetime volunteer. If you can continually be volunteering and always be giving some of your time back, you are going to grow so much as a person, I really think.